Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. Now, I'm going to start with this. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has gone bankrupt. He personally still owes over $650 million to lenders. This thing with FTX was not good for crypto in any way, and you can bet regulations are coming very soon. DeSantis declares, "We will never surrender to the New World Order." He actually said this on mainstream media news. Think about that. Maybe now people will start waking up to what's really going on in the world. The fall of the diabolical New World Order. And a lot of people are saying it's failing. I see people on crypto Twitter saying they failed in this aspect and that aspect. But here's the thing. I watched Biden speak right after the midterms were over, and he still said he's pushing forward with the green agenda. Keep that in mind. These elections are strange, just like in Brazil. There's definitely something wrong. It's called the New World Order. Now, we've seen some chaos in our elections here in the U.S., like we see here. Can you imagine all the folks that had to go back to work and couldn't vote because of delays? Imagine standing in line for a couple hours only to be turned away because of a paper shortage. Yes, a paper shortage. That should never happen in our elections. And again, who transported all those ballots to be hand counted to downtown? A lot of people don't trust our elections here in the U.S. anymore. But the thing is, I don't care if you voted Democrat, voted Republican, doesn't matter. What I care about is where we go from here. And I'm hoping that some of these people that just got elected do something good for this country. We're getting rid of any World Economic Forum influence on supposedly independent nations actually be for the greater good. Out of 843 votes, 96.1% said yes. I believe that the World Economic Forum should stop playing a part in any of these countries. I think the World Economic Forum should be abolished. I would expect most Republicans to be against the CBDC. Now, I wonder how many people voted Republican because they don't want a CBDC. Because a lot of people feel that if Republicans were to win, that a CBDC here in the U.S. won't happen. No to CBDCs until an entrenched digital rights bill is implemented, protecting and guaranteeing a people's right to privacy. Every step a government takes is one step closer to tyranny, and we need to check them on every step. Now, I could get behind this. If they had a digital rights bill in place, that means when they implement a CBDC that we still keep our privacy, I'm fine with that. Because I believe the technology behind CBDCs is great technology. In the right hands, though. And there's no reason that people should be enslaved by a money system. Not just Republicans. Republican lawmakers who opposed a Fed-issued CBDC asked for Justice Department's assessment. The report came in response to President Biden's executive order on crypto. So they were already questioning a CBDC. That's most likely why a lot of people would vote Republican if they weren't in favor of CBDCs. A vote for Republican means Gary Gensler will be booted out from the SEC. Do you see how real-world events play into crypto? If Gary Gensler's gone, maybe this Ripple case could wrap up much sooner, because we know Gary Gensler's corrupt. Gary Gensler, don't do like Clayton did and run away in January. Sir, you will be before a Republican Congress to answer questions. You will no longer be able to manipulate, lie, and cheat. And we see how he gave J.P. Morgan a head start, gave him a chance to come up with some sort of alternative to Ripple and XRP. There's no alternative to XRP. That patent for ODL is the key, because every country at some point is going to need liquidity. XRP will be there for that on-demand liquidity. The BRICS nations will be backing their currency with gold, while we are currently testing a CBDC, which will become the new fiat for the West during the Great Reset. Will the Republicans resist? If not, kiss what little is left of our freedom goodbye. And I believe that Republicans will move forward with the CBDC as well. I believe we have to come up with a CBDC to keep up with the rest of the world. And I would still like them to do this. The 1940s, US becomes hegemon. World order USD based, backed by gold. If you disagree with US policy, can cash out for gold. If we went back to the gold standard, at least then we could compete with the BRICS countries. And I do believe that's what this country needs. Because right now, it's just all out printing of money. It's been going on for years. And look where we are today. And I believe a lot of people are becoming awake to what's really going on as far as the New World Order and the Great Reset because they take a look around. They see crisis after crisis. And at some point, you say to yourself, okay, this crisis cannot be happening for no reason at all. This is a man-made crisis meant for one reason, to tear down the old system so they can usher in a new one. After all, good things happen. Breaking: Wall Street Journal reports Mark Zuckerberg told executives that Meta will begin mass layoff of staff from Wednesday. So it's nice to see that Zuckerberg finally took a hit for once. Maybe we won't be living inside the metaverse while sitting in our pods eating bugs in the future. Because let's face it, he's also on board with the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. As part of the Great Reset, plunge us into poverty. Banks steal our homes and we have to rent them back. Universal basic income and eating crickets, right, Rishi Sunak? Rishi Sunak is being urged to examine the radical idea of a universal basic income to protect Brits from the rocketing cost of living. That's also part of the Great Reset, universal basic income. So over in the UK, it looks like everything is full steam ahead as far as CBDCs. Here in the US, we're going to see it all play out over there first, in my opinion, because things are moving much faster than they are here. Gensler made sure of that by all the delays in the Ripple case, in my opinion. But here's the thing. I can get behind a CBDC if the right people are running it and we keep our privacy. Most of you probably feel the same way. You could put it in the comments down below. Because again, that technology is great technology in the right hands. But you see somebody like Rishi Sunak and what he's trying to do over in the UK, and you know it's going to be in the wrong hands. That's the sad part of it. But if we don't get a CBDC, XRP doesn't reach those high astronomical numbers that people talk about all the time. And I'm okay with that if the world doesn't become enslaved to a new money system, a new financial system. I could wait a little bit longer. After all, if Ripple wins the case against the SEC, I believe XRP is going to $10 one way or another. And if we live with normal cycles, oh well, then so be it. But here's the thing. Leave the comments down below. I always like to read your comments. I know some of you disagree with me, and that's fine. Hey, I'm only human, and I speculate on a lot of things. We're early in crypto yet. Keep that in mind. Anything that you hear most likely is speculation at this point until it becomes fact. You know, years ago, CBDCs were just conspiracy theory. Now they're fact. Some point, Ripple's going to win the case against the SEC. Then it'll become fact that Ripple won the lawsuit. It's like that in most things in crypto. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.